Hey, sorry I'm late. I ended up stuck at work, so, didn't really have time to, get everything together. I've kind of just been running around grabbing stuff. Um, I'm just gonna grab a couple blankets, I guess, and, pillows from the couch. Then we can go. Do you have everything you need? Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm turning this into a big thing. Um, yeah, let me just grab the stuff and then let's go. Alright. What's that? Oh, yeah. It just got caught up doing some stuff for one of the doctors. It's one of those days where every time you feel like you just finished something, somebody calls you and you're dragged into a whole other situation, you know? Really makes you appreciate those quieter days where you just have your routine that you go through step by step and then you're done, right? Yeah. How about you? How was your day? Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I've got the blankets and the pillows. Get my keys, my phone. Yeah, I know. I know I should leave my phone, but it's less of a I'm gonna use it and more just an in case something were to happen, you know. This world just doesn't really shut off, does it? And with my job, I'm not really supposed to ever be out of contact. So yeah, let's go. It really has been a while since we've just kind of hung out and talked. Yeah. We yeah. I've been all right. Um kind of stressed lately. Just between a lot of things moving around at work. Um and then with, I doing all these recordings and stuff at home and just been keeping myself busy. But sometimes busy turns into barely treading water and from there, sink or swim. Yeah. But it's nice to have uh although it's definitely another pile of stress once I get home. It's nice to have something to do that is, although a lot of work, it's something mine. I'm directing the energy by choice, and that makes it feel a lot more rewarding, Yeah, exactly. It's not a matter of whether or not it takes up your time. It's a matter of whether or not you're using that time that you have at all. You got plenty of people that just don't use what little time they have. And I'm definitely not innocent of that myself. I spent years just kind of sitting and rotting away. It was a long time before I started doing the audios here that I was just kind of alive. Wasn't really putting myself towards anything. And every day, just sitting there, hating myself, trying so fucking hard to force myself to do something, anything. And yeah, it went on for a long time. And I shouldn't be ashamed, I guess. I mean, it's not like I wanted to be that way. It's hard sometimes. I I've been struggling with depression since I was a kid. Um, so sometimes you just gotta let things go. Sometimes you just don't have the energy or the motivation or the willpower to just do anything. Especially when you work and you're tired, you come home and there's just nothing left of you. You've just been peeled away all day. But yeah, yeah, no. There's definitely a stigma on people who have mental illnesses and depression, especially, that it's not. It's something you're supposed to just kind of push through. You're supposed to just you're supposed to just be an adult and deal with it. But what a lot of people don't understand is that it's like having it's like having detachable legs and somebody took them and set them across the room, and you got to crawl over there and get them, put them back on so you can fucking walk again. And they just keep taking them off every fucking day and putting them over there. And it just gets tiring, having to crawl across the room to get your fucking legs. Some days they put them farther away or they hide them from you, and you just don't feel like looking. But yeah, it feels good to be doing stuff again that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the work that I do. I think I do halfway decent work. I put a lot of time and effort into it. And that's time and effort I could be spending hanging out with friends or going out and drinking or meeting girls. But I do it doing something that I love, and that's what matters. So what have you been up to? What have you been doing with this time? I know that with COVID and everything, it's kind of hard to really get out and do anything, but even if it's just sitting at home watching a show, you're doing something, I guess. Yeah. Right. It's a little chilly. I think it's just the breeze, though. You can hold my hand if you want. Yeah, it is nice. What, the cemetery? You think it's spooky? Is that just because Halloween's coming up, or? I don't think it's that bad. I think cemeteries are kind of peaceful, to be honest. When I was at university, I would spend a lot of time awake at night, way up late, early hours in the morning, sort of stupid shit. But I was going through a lot, and I just needed that time to think. You'd spend the whole day just working, doing schoolwork, and then you'd go and drown all that rest of your energy that you had with your friends. I just needed time to process who I was and where I was going. I'd gone through a pretty serious breakup and needed some time to figure out what was left of me afterwards. So I'd go and walk around town, sometimes with a friend. My roommate was pretty good about that. He always liked to walk across town and get pizza at the little gas station across town. And just chow down and talk about life, philosophy, and cool things we were reading about, video games, stupid stuff. But on nights when I was alone, it was It's usually the cemetery for me. It's just right on the edge of campus. So I'd walk out and, you know, there was a little path that led around through the cemetery between all the graves. And along it was like a little mausoleum tomb place where they'd go down and take some of the extra bones and stuff. But I'd just walk around that little path. Just walk through the graves. And there was always kind of a slight eeriness to it, because it felt quieter than the rest of the world inside that little gated fence. It was almost like there was less energy there, than the rest of the world. Just so peaceful. And it was funny because that whole time that I was there, I've always had weird experiences with ghosts and seeing shadows and stuff. Even at my house, I have it happen and stuff. But that cemetery, there was just nothing. It was just empty. And that was perfect. That was what I needed, Just a quiet, empty place. My brain was just so fucking loud, and there was just so much going on up there. I just needed a place where I could walk around and empty it all out. Take out the pieces and examine them just by myself. Really get a good look. Yeah, there's definitely something weird about wandering around the dead while you're trying to have an introspective look at life. Yeah. All right. Where do you want to set up? Yeah. Should we just go right out here in the open then? Yeah, get a good view. All right. All right, let me just lay out the blanket here. Couple of pillows. There we go. Ugh. I mean, now that I'm laying down, I'm realizing just how much today really took out of me. Ugh. No, it's all right. I'm just tired. It's been a long week, and really kind of just needed to be out here and breathe. Yeah, sure. Snuggle up. It's not that chilly, but nothing wrong with being comfortable. It's so nice to just be out here, just looking up, not paying any mind to the world around us. There's so much more out there than just these things we deal with every day. The stress of work, of relationships, responsibilities we have to friends and family, around the house, fucking chores you're putting off maybe even right now. I know I've got a load of laundry just waiting to be done, and I still gotta soundproof the rest of the walls in my room. But you just lay here, just look up. You realize there's just so much out there. It makes your problems all seem insignificant. It shouldn't make you feel like they don't matter, or that you don't matter, or that they shouldn't stress you. Stress is a good motivator. But you shouldn't let it rule you. Don't let it control your life. There's just so much more for you than just wallowing in whatever it is that has you down. Sometimes you just need to take the time and breathe and just look away, look up. This kind of reminds me of Greece. Yeah, I used to go every summer to visit family. And we used to go to the beach all the time. I remember we lived in this big city. It was one of the big cities in Greece, and you'd go out at night towards the beach. There'd be bars and restaurants and all kinds of little dessert shops along the boardwalk, you know. And you'd get something to eat, you'd sit and chat with your friends and your family, and a lot of the time sit and chat with some strangers too. And people were just kind of enjoying their time. And then you'd go and walk in the sand. And it was so warm. It'd make you just want to lay down and relax. And look up at the stars and the moon. It was so clear there. So pretty. You just lay there and listen to the waves. The sea salt in the air. God, it was so pretty. I miss traveling. Feeling like you're not tied down to anything in particular. There was always something magical, you know, about going somewhere alien from where you normally are. It can be scary. You don't have your routine, your house, your little bubble. But it opens your senses, you know. That little bit of fear mixed with a ton of excitement. It opens your mind and your senses. It opens you up to those experiences so fully that you never would have noticed before. And then when you come back to your normal, you come back home with more of an appreciation for the things around you. More of a clear look at this normal. Like a new lens you can look through to sense those things. Find those experiences you otherwise would have overlooked. Yeah. I always liked coming out here during the late summer, early fall. Because it's not too cold, it's not too hot. It's just this perfect stillness in the air. When the air temperature and the air pressure is just right. Just a light breeze. Little rustle in the trees and their leaves. And just lay out on the grass. Listen to the crickets. Could fall asleep like this. Yeah. Just rest your head on my chest. Just rub your shoulder. I'm sure that you're probably having a hard time right now. And I mean, I'm not going to say everything's going to be all right, because sometimes it just isn't. Sometimes stuff just sucks. Sometimes you don't really have a choice, and you just gotta stick through it. And it moves from, working and dealing with stuff to surviving. I think it's those moments that nights like this are perfect for. When work is too much, or you're fighting with somebody that you love, or you're just kind of lost. It's those moments that I think it's perfect to just come out, lay in the grass, just look somewhere else for a while. Just let yourself fade for a bit. And just breathe. And when you come back, you can start over. Start fresh, You've cleared your lungs out of all that bad air. Inhaled all that fresh, clean air. Allow yourself to pick up again where you left off. Take back down into the mud and the dirt. Get back to work. It is nice to be here with you, though. And just snuggle up and enjoy each other's company. And enjoy this peaceful emptiness for a while, Hmm? Falling asleep. Yeah. You can fall asleep. That's alright. I'm just gonna lay here for a bit and let you get some rest. Once I think it's gotten a little too late, I'll wake you up and we can get back, okay? But for now, just relax and just be here. Okay?